I have a serious question for those of you who hated Zack Snyder, hated what he did with DC, hated the Snyderverse, and hated Man of Steel, who feel that Snyder broke Superman, broke Batman, and broke DC. If Snyder to you was the problem, is Gunn the solution? Did James Gunn fix Superman with his Superman film? Did Gunn fix DC with Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker 2? I think if you're honest with yourselves and with me, the answer to that question is a big fat no. Welcome back to Movies TV Mag. I am Mick, your host with the most to start your girlfriends, wives, and especially your boyfriends and your husbands. A very warm welcome to Friday's edition of the DCU Daily. You can follow me on X Twitter at Movies TV Mag, and on Instagram and on Threads at Movies TV Mag, X on Snapchat, BMouth60, and on TikTok, Mad Mickey's World. It's going from bad to worse for James Gunn and the DCU, because last night his Peacemaker season, no, scrap that series finale because there won't be a season 3 of Peacemaker confirmed by Gunn himself. So the series finale aired on HBO Max last night, and it's not Snyderverse stans who are hating on it, it's his own fans. Shall I read you a mini review from a Gunn fan on the season finale, series finale on Peacemaker 2? Just watched the season finale of Peacemaker Season 2. Rick Flag Sr. is literally a walking contrivance. All the possibilities of the quantum unfolding chamber of all things, he wants to use it as a metahuman prison. After he literally just served with the Creature Commandos, is actively sleeping with a metahuman and witnessed Superman and a group of metahumans save the Earth, he does all that searching to build a prison for them. How the fuck does that make any sense? That's weak writing. Also, to throw salt onto the wound, you throw Peacemaker in there, and this is supposed to be the future of the DCU. Disappointing. You had a good conclusion and then fumbled it. Very, very interesting. Now this, I don't know who this is, but I screenshot it from X Twitter, and this is clearly more, this is not a Snyder fan. This is either a James Gunn fan or someone who was accepting to this person. Obviously Gunn knows what he's doing, but he's shocked that Gunn fumbled the series finale of Peacemaker 2. For the rest of us, most of us, and most of you, because I know who my subscribers are, who the people consume me are, and we know Gunn for what he is, a one-trick pony. Now, I am geo-locked from HBO Max. I have not seen any of Peacemaker 2, but I have been reading what everyone's been saying about it every week. I have been watching the Gunn podcast on Peacemaker 2, so I've got all the information that I can. I can't make a judgment on it myself because, to be fair, I haven't consumed it. So to judge it would be unfair to James Gunn because he is a creative. Whatever my critiques of the man are, got to be fair. If I haven't watched something, I can't tell you if it's shit. This is a channel with a fucking balance. But from the sound of it, and I haven't seen the finale obviously, it looks like that Peacemaker is also trapped in this metahuman prison, right? These different kind of portals, different realities and things like that. So Lex Luthor and Rick Flag Sr. have used these portals basically to dump these metahumans in. What Gunn's trying to do here is use metahumans as minorities, as an analogy of minorities, right? And he's using the commentary of deporting minorities and abusing minorities. This is what he's trying to do. Now, the comics themselves have used metahumans as an analogy for minorities for many, many years. This is not a new concept. From the outside looking in, without seeing this, it looks like the execution of using metahumans as minorities hasn't been executed by Gunn very well. But there's another problem with this. This isn't the right time in our society today to be creating analogies for racism, because this is what he's attempting to do. There's so many strong feelings for nationalism, anti-nationalism, illegal migration, legal migration. There's so many strong feelings you don't want to use your influence as an entertainer, and that's what he's supposed to be talking about this and stirring the pot. What entertainment needs to be right now, it needs to be a distraction from the culture war, not add to it. But unfortunately, modern day English-speaking Western entertainment keeps on stirring the pot instead of distracting from it. When I turn my TV on, I want to be distracted from the culture war, not consume more of it. And all Gunn's got here is boring on about more of the same, more of the culture war. This is what this is, basically. And, you know, he's excitingly telling everyone, yeah, this is the future of the DCU. But as this guy says here, if this is the future of the DCU, there's not much to look forward to. This sounds very, very underwhelming. And this is from a person who clearly believes in Gunn and likes Gunn. And if you think that's bad for James Gunn, there's more to follow. Because it's not just the fans, regular DC fans that have given James Gunn a chance, who have believed in James Gunn, who are starting to doubt him. His own boss, David Zaslav, is starting to have doubts on James Gunn as a competent creative of DC film and television, and I'm going to show you the evidence. Bear with me. This comes from Cosmic Book News, but this, I don't think they're the greatest of, information, but this is factual. So this is very, very interesting. Yikes, in a sign that Warner Brothers is losing faith in James Gunn's DCU, they've announced a sequel to Minecraft will be released only 2 weeks after Gunn's Superman follow-up Man of Tomorrow. The news follows a recent report that Gunn's Superman flopped financially. The untitled Minecraft 2, which made just under $1 billion, by the way, the first one, arrives in theatres on July 23rd, 2027, just 2 weeks after Gunn's Superman follow-up, Man of Tomorrow, which opens July 9th, 2027. So even though this is not my favourite publication or anything, I think that they're pirates basically, but this information is factual. I said to you a few weeks ago that Gunn's DCU hasn't got a future whether they sell Warner Brothers Discovery or not. I can tell you right here and right now, when Gunn showed Zaslav, Superman, Zaslav was not happy. He said something like this: we're going to have to edit the fuck out of this movie, James. We're really going to have to overspend on marketing because, James, this is not what I wanted from you. The problem is, you read his fucking script, and from that script, you made him co-CEO of DC Studios. So, Zaslav is losing faith in Gunn. The fans are losing faith in Gunn. But let's take it on a bit. Why would you schedule Minecraft 2 to be released 2 weeks after Man of Tomorrow is released? That's not a very good sign, is it? And this is not a competing studio doing this. This is Gunn's studio doing this, and it shows him there's no faith in what he's doing. These are the scenarios. Either they're going to move Man of Tomorrow, or they're going to cancel Man of Tomorrow, because surely they're not seriously going to release the sequel to a film that made just under $1 billion when Gunn's Superman underachieved with $615 $615 million globally if you actually believe it actually made that money. I don't. I believe it made half that. I believe it made $315 million globally. That's my opinion. I believe they absolutely exaggerated the box office. And they put this, they put this environment that this was a successful movie, but now we can see it wasn't. If it was such a successful movie, why has Peacemaker 2 not even been in the ratings top 10? That says a lot. Because if you've got a really, really good movie that everybody loves, people want to come in for the next thing that's Peacemaker 2. Now, it doesn't help that HBO Max is not available to the whole world like Netflix is, but that's no excuse. It's available to a hell of a lot of people around the world, and not enough people were interested to watch this. What this means is that this DCU isn't captivating the general audience, and I think that's not breaking news, is it? Also, for Zaslav to schedule Minecraft 2, 2 weeks after Man of Tomorrow, it's an admittance. He knows that Man of Tomorrow is going to be a flop. He knows that Supergirl is going to make less money than Superman. They are in trouble. They really, really are. And it'll be very interesting if Man of Tomorrow is actually released or even made. Right now, it looks like they're going to make and release this movie. It looks like Supergirl will be released, but everything in the garden isn't rosy, and the fans are starting to doubt him. Not Snyder fans, because they never had any faith in him in the first place. As I say to Snyder fans every day, and I say to you on this channel, this must be your wet dream. I'm sure you never imagined in your wildest wet dreams that Superman would be as bad as it was. I'm sure you didn't imagine that Peacemaker 2 wouldn't be as great as Peacemaker 1. I really enjoyed Peacemaker 1. Again, I'm saying Peacemaker 2 isn't great. I'm just taking from what I'm hearing on the internet. Again, it's not really fair for me to say that, but it's not sounding very good to me. These are genuine fans critiquing the Peacemaker 2 finale. I woke up to hear Josh from Den of Nerds defending Gunn and calling out the fans for critiquing the finale and telling the fans to calm down. This is the same Josh from Den of Nerds who agrees with AI being used to make movies, right? George Miller, the great, iconic old director, George Miller, simping for AI because they're all in on it together. They're all fucking involved with these corrupt big tech companies, and it looks like a big tech company, owner of a company, is going to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. That isn't good. This industry is in the fucking toilet. And if you really think it's going to be fixed, that we're ever going to get back to the good old days, it won't. What you've got to do if you hate New Hollywood and English-speaking Western entertainment is walk away. Stop consuming their shit. It's time for those of us who are creative, who do love expressing ourselves, who can write something, who can perform something, right, to create our own mini studios and start putting, stuff on social media like YouTube. That's my plan for Movies TV Mad. I'm writing stuff, and I think we have to try and save entertainment because these people are finished. When these people are telling you that AI is the future and we better get used to it, well, I don't want to fucking get used to it. I'll never get used to it, you creatively bankrupt, corrupt SOBs. But anyway, it's not looking good. James Gunn was never going to be the answer for DC Studios, and Zaslav made a huge mistake, and that's why no one who buys WBD is going to be, giving David Zaslav a seat at the table. The man has been an absolute fucking disaster. He's been cancelling movies and using them for tax write-offs. His role, the reason Discovery merged with WB, was to make it fit, to trim the fat, to make it fit for a sale. And that's what they're attempting to do now, selling. So Zaslav's been an absolute disaster. His decision to get involved with James Gunn has been an absolute disaster. If I were you guys, I would microwave my popcorn and enjoy the show.